Hi, today is Sunday the 11th, and this is the SPX outlook for the coming week. If we go back 1 week when I recorded the last one, I said, well, bullish momentum is still there, and I was hoping or anticipating it would bump on the strong resistance on 4060. And as a matter of fact, on the Monday, of course, Monday was a public holiday in Europe, so volumes were low, but it really went right across to stick to the upper boundary of this channel. Late in the week, on the 6th, I think it was Tuesday, it tested it for support, and from there, I could probably anticipate bullish momentum would come back. It was hesitant for a while, tested it again on the 7th, and then went on a rally again. The levels shifted up, which generally says, well, the bullishness is being confirmed and the market is ready to aim for a higher target, and it seems to be going that way. And actually on Friday, it's still going up. Of course, these indicators do not take volumes into consideration. If I look at volumes, they are pretty low. The volumes are probably half what they should normally be. We are looking at 3.6 million shares, 3.9, and if we look at down days, it's usually more like 7. Here it was 7. So it looks like large corporations, large institutions are looking at selling, a little bit on the nervous side. Volatility is not very exciting for new entries. Volatility has gone down, but it's still above the pre-COVID levels. It is a little bit disappointing. I thought really that COVID is not over, and this euphoria about the vaccination programs and whatever back to normal for whatever that means, it's really exaggerated. But I think now, for now on, market participants are going to be looking at earnings when they arrive later in the month. So you see the really bottom would be 1150 on the VIX, and I can't see the VIX falling that hard. Okay, so let's go back to SPX. So on this one, it looks like it is testing these 4150 in our new pivot. The profit taking has to come at some point. It's unrealistic. We were like 30th of March, 3950. So we can't be totally surprised when the market moves up 200 points in just over a week. But it doesn't bode well for the future. I know there are lots of liquidities fueling this buying frenzy, but this is not stable. As I said, volumes are a little on the low side. So we go with the flow with a little bit of a cautious attitude. Now the support would be 4060. It has been tested twice here, at 4060 would be close to this green line, which represents the bullish resilience level. So that means that if there's a dip in sometime this week, this is the level where buyers would come back. We also see a fib lower on 4020 and lower. At this point, I may actually see another shift of this channel. So that's what I did last week, and I could probably do again this week. So that's generally clone this line, and I'll try and see whether something parallel would be a new channel low. That's something we can see when there's a bout of buying or selling with an angle of ascent, that is, or sometimes called the angle of attack, that is unsustainable, but then market takes a breather without retracing and goes back. This is just a shift, a parallel shift, horizontal shift of the channel. Those things can happen. So in terms of support levels, incidentally, we have, if we look at those Merrimath lines, they are about 40 points apart as major levels. We check, for example, 4150, 4180 here. So of course 4100 would be 1 and 4060. So it could be multiples of 40 points. And here 4060, 4020, that sounds like correct. These are quantum gaps where the markets usually look for equilibrium. Anyway, so this is the 4-hour chart, and sadly enough, it's still bullish, but this will end pretty soon. Oh, sorry, I started with the 1-hour chart. Okay, so this is more for the short-term outlook. Let's go to the 4-hour chart here. Here, same picture. However, we see that the strong resistance on 4060 has been penetrated, but is not. Let me move the all-time highs here. Let me move the fib patterns here. Right. So here we see that this pattern, we have the bullish resilience, which is actually right on 4060, 4065. There's a chance that this level has to be tested again, but we're still in the channel, so we have to go with the flow. Also, we have this fib expansion pattern from a lower base here. It looks like far away. It was only just a month ago at 37.20, so as you can see, 400 points. So it went up and down, and we are right on the first fib expansion target, 41.25. The next one being much higher, nearly almost 4,300. As I've said over and over in recent reports, there's no point fighting the market. There's no point being contrarian. We have to go with the flow, but just adopt a more cautious attitude, because yes, it can reverse on us. And when volatility is high, our adjustments are effective. Now it is a little bit effective. So as volatility drops, we have to be even more cautious. But so far, we have to check that these levels are very strong for now. So we don't anticipate deep reversal anytime soon. But then again, volumes are low, so this could happen. Anyway, so the 1 day daily chart, something I don't really pay, as I said, much attention to. But here we see that the levels have gone up to very high levels. So, and here we see also that this angle of attack is not sustainable. This is a more sustainable angle of attack on this time frame. So, for example, when a market from early November to early January for 2 months climbs by, let's say, 35.75 to 200 points over 2 months, this is perfectly sustainable. This was not sustainable. We had a correction. This is not sustainable. We shall have some correction. But on a daily time frame, that can happen in a week, in 2 weeks, and who knows what the trigger could be. I anticipate the trigger will definitely be earnings. So bullish with caution. Okay, so that's it for now. Let me recap on the 1 hour chart. Here, bullish, and if we look at the salient levels, I would say 40.65 is the one where usually people would buy into the dip, and we have 40 points lower, 40.25 for about 4. Now, this one is not exactly 40 points, but this is more like 40 points, 39.50. I mean, this is more a support area than an exact support level. Right, that is it for now. As always, there will be more update on Slack, bwbflies.slack.com, and I also publish some notes and 2 screenshots per day, one around 3 a.m. and one around 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay, have a nice Sunday and see you on Slack. Bye for now.